Opportunity be knocking. Let motherfucking opportunity be knocking. You gotta let a motherfucker in. I kiss my mother on the cheek, tell her that I love her. You ain't gotta worry about a thing, I got it covered. Why you think I'm out here acting crazy? Why you think I'm out here acting crazy? Why you think I'm out here acting crazy? Ma, you know I'm still your little baby. All my life I was a fuck up, now I pull the truck up. Same bitch stuck up, now she wanna suck us. See me hanging out the window screaming what? No more tough luck, a different cloth is what I'm cut from. Opportunity be knocking. You gotta let a motherfucker in. I kiss my mother on the cheek, tell her that I love her. You ain't gotta worry about a thing, I got it covered. Why you think I'm out here acting crazy? Why you think I'm out here acting crazy? Why you think I'm out here acting crazy? Ma, you know I'm still your little baby. Opportunity be knocking. Let that motherfucker in. Let that bitch in.
Oh, yeah. Good morning, jerk-offs. How's everybody doing this morning? I hope you're all having a fantastic week. Hope you guys had a great weekend. I want to thank our sponsors over here, the Lil Brown Jug, 8 Mile Vodka, Mint Cannabis, Lane's Pizzeria, Nerdy Designs, Muggsy's Sports Bar and Grill, Monroe Sports Center, and Amaya's Fresh Mexican Grill. And of course, Monroe Nutrition, baby. Thank you, Jeff Copey. This is probably the best one I've had yet. I know I say it often, but you keep getting it, dude. This is my favorite one so far. Without a doubt. Without a doubt. What's up, Tony? Good to see you, sir. Good to see you, Ryan. Good morning, sir. That man had a good time this week. I'll tell you that. I know that much. My friend GWC on the Macho Man tip. That's GWC's face. Hope you're all doing great. What you all up to, huh? How you doing this morning? What you doing this morning? Do anything fun this weekend? I got a spill somewhere. That's not good. A slow leak or something. Weird. You're doing good, Tony? Good to see. Got my newest D Mills boxing apparel. If you don't know, now you know. Go get you one. T-shirts and hats available. His next fight is September 8th. September 8th. D Mills will be back in action. Number 4 cruiserweight in America. What do you know about that? What you know about that? I forgot to push play on my background. Welcome to Light It Up, guys. So this Friday went oops. Oh, I almost left the screen. This Friday, me and the Squared Circle Shenanigan guys went to Jeremiah's wrestling promotion. It's called FU Wrestling, For Us Wrestling. I'm going to tell you what, it was a fantastic time. Good time. Oh.
Hello.
Hola.
How you doing?
Good morning. Good morning,
Good.
CSL. How you
Good to
doing?
see you, darling.
Oh, I'm doing great this morning.
We've got some rearranging over here today, or we've done so this last week.
Yeah, we went to Jeremiah's wrestling promotion. He had one match that was instead of Legos, you know how they'll drop tacks or Legos a lot of times, it was cereal, like Cocoa Puffs.
Oh my goodness.
So there was
How
Cocoa
fun.
Puffs all over the mat. people getting slammed in the Cocoa Puffs.
That's so great. I love it.
Then there was a Lego match where, you know, sometimes they bring like a satchel of Legos and they pour them out. Not here. They
No.
had the whole ring was covered in Legos.
Oh my
You couldn't walk on the mat without being Legos.
God.
Good morning, Kristen.
That couldn't have felt good on the feet.
It was cool. They had a battle royale over the top match where the most hated guy in the country, Big Murph, came away with a sneaky victory thanks to our friend D. Thanks to our friend D. I hate to help Big Murph, but somebody's got to teach Roy Williams a lesson out here.
That sounds like so much fun. Wow. Lots of events happening recently for you.
And then Jeremiah, he was in his first ever ladder match, and he won.
A ladder?
Yep, a ladder match.
Like a literal ladder that you climb?
Yep, so okay. they hung the championship belts, which weren't belts. They were the best friends ever bracelets up on the top, and you got to climb a ladder to get to it. And the first two to grab those were the best friends ever champions.
I love it.
So guys are jumping off the ladders onto people. They're trying to grab on. They're falling off the ladders. It was wild. It was a good show. He does a good job. He's very I don't know what the word is, but he's non-traditional, but also keeping the tradition. Oddly enough,
a non-traditional traditioner.
Yep. He had 11 wrestling matches. They had 11 wrestling matches going on.
Wow.
It was Lane's Pizza was there serving up pies. It was a good time.
Amazing.
Good morning, John Drake. Nerdy Designs in the house.
Hey, what's up?
Good to see you.
So I have to say that sounds like tons of fun, except for the latter part. Like if there's not a whole lot that I'm super scared of, like frightening, like, you know, fear of heights or fear of this or fear of that, right? Ladders are a thing for me. It's because of the unsteadiness. Like I can get up high, but I don't like to be on a ladder because I'm all.
I was yelling at everybody. I was being that guy in the crowd, shit talking everybody. You're going up the wrong way. That's the wrong side. You're gonna get hurt. Just yelling silly things out at them. That was my favorite part.
Of course. Twisted would be right there with you.
It's like Sam Beal's one of those dudes that he has a super perm mullet. He's called the Perminator.
Oh.
Because he's got
not big perm. Not big perm,
got
the Perminator.
Mullet. And I was screaming out at him. I was like, Sam Beal's dad is Patrick Swayze. It's a fun time.
Oh, that sounds like so much fun.
Because, you know, there's some places you can't go and scream like that and yell at. Like even Big Murph, right? I was yelling at Big Murph. And mind you, I know Big Murph. We've interacted many, many times. I have so much respect for Big Murph and his bad guy role. He is very good at what he does. Mm. He is very good. He's going up to the crowd, flipping them off. He got into my face at one point. He's flipping people's sunglasses off their heads and their hats, and people wanted to fight him, like real life.
Yeah, I'm sure. Like, you know, boundaries and shit.
One guy was like, I'm gonna be waiting for that guy outside. and that was not part of the show.
Yeah.
That's real. That's real life. These guys wanted to beat Murph up, and that's how you know he's doing his job. The moment he's the antagonizer. He comes out of the back, and as soon as he does, the whole crowd is shitting on him. As soon as he comes out, boo! You suck! Yeah, the whole crowd hates Murph. And
he'll be that's like, the goal. Okay, he's working it.
Yeah, he is a bad guy. So what the whole match, he's like, he went in for the beginning and he slides out, and any chance he can get, he's running in and sucker punching or throwing someone over the ropes that's not looking, and he's one of those guys.
Okay, all right. So
Eli
the big
cheats his
match
skills.
antagonizer and villain of it all, kind of type thing.
Yep.
And he plays it well.
Good morning, jerk offs. Missed you
That's
this
awesome.
weekend. So Sharon and the rest of the crew went to the gathering of the Juggalos this weekend.
Ooh, I bet that was fun.
That is usually a good time. They've been there since the 4th of July, and they just got back last night.
That's a 2-week party, man.
Yep, saw Yellow Wolf and ICP
Oh,
and I couldn't tell you who else, but I do know. I don't know if you know who Riff Raff is. He wears he's got like a braided mullet, and he's got super prime facial hair where he's carved out designs and stuff.
Oh, okay.
I don't know really how he got started, but he also does rap. And the Juggalos were super excited to see him until he said, "Hey guys, don't throw shit at me." And then guess what they did?
Throw everything at him.
They threw everything at him, and he quit.
Don't say shit like that.
He quit.
No.
He quit. He quit halfway through his show and was like, "Fuck you guys." Mind you, this is the same crowd that years ago threw rocks at Tila Tequila.
Oh.
So these guys, they throw things. And usually they don't like throw things to hurt. Like when what is their name?
It's all in good fun, right?
The one there's a group that comes out in costumes. I forget their name all of a sudden. They're like a rock band.
What kind of costumes?
Like monster costumes and shit like that. I can't remember their name of them right this moment. Oh, Gwar.
Oh, okay.
So, yep.
Okay.
That's it, John.
Yeah. I was like, I feel like I've heard of I do not know any of these.
So when Gwar comes out, we throw eggs and stuff at them, but they're in costumes and it doesn't hurt them. But people usually get shit, whether it's water bottles thrown up there. Yellow Wolf got fireworks shot at him a couple years ago, and he wanted it. He's like, "Yeah, hit me with them." But I mean, from what I understand, they're like, a lot of these guys are scared to come perform at the gathering. That's why they have trouble finding performers, because they're scared. Ritz, Lardy B, Cottonmouth Kings, Alien Ant Farm, Sugar Hill Gang. I don't know Arrested Development, but
you know what? Arrested Development is the only one I do know out of that.
So they were all at the gathering this week. Yellow Wolf killed it.
I mean, Yellow Wolf I've heard of, but I don't. Again, I'm the girl that stays in her generation of music. Like, I listen from shit from the 50s to like the 90s or early 2000s, and I am so uncultured when it comes to music. Like, I stay in my little music bubble.
I like to listen to a little bit of everything.
It's everything that I listen to, because, like, you know, it's all genres of all those decades, but I am such a decade girl. Like, I definitely listen to shit from way back when.
Good morning, Caleb. It's funny because Kayla's message says good morning here, but over here where I pull it up, I can't. It doesn't say anything. Oh, there it goes. There it goes.
On
StreamYard. Yeah, it was goofing off here a second ago.
It's happened twice, I think, to Twisted when he's done a live. Last night was one of them, where it literally had zero information. It just had the screen. It had nobody in the live, nobody liked, zero chat. Like, it was nothing. He had to look on his phone for everything. It was weird.
Yeah. And that's what up, Coach? Coach K in the house.
Hey, what's up?
And that's kind of what me and Coach were talking about yesterday, because sometimes I have mic issues, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, dude, the other day I was watching a podcast from, I'll say his name and hopefully we don't get banned, Andrew Tate.
Okay.
And this man is rich and he's got nice equipment, and he was having mic issues. And I was like, Coach, it's because of the live. the live, you have to fix these issues right now. You don't have time to hang out and, oh, we'll fix that later. You got to fix these in the moment while we're going.
It's live. It's like, you know, in the studio live, you're going to get all the shit and all the glory.
Yeah. A lot of people don't understand that because they see all these podcasts or videos done, but a lot of these podcasts, they're pre-recorded and then edited.
Right.
We don't do that over here.
Right. We are raw, baby, raw.
I told Ryan I'm too old to go to ICP anymore. I don't enjoy being covered in Faygo. That's my favorite part. That's the only reason I want to go to ICP. To be honest, I'm not a fan of their music per se. I'm a fan of the concert. So there's nothing like it. When ICP comes on, everybody tries to push to the front. Usually the front's like a safe spot, not at an ICP concert.
No. Well, I'm thinking like mosh pitty stuff.
Yes, more so. It's bigger than that. It's more than that. There are mosh pits, but then also everyone is trying to smush their way to the very front. So everybody's packed in like sardines. And you got to I call it like standing jujitsu. But while that's happening, you're getting sprayed with Faygo constantly. The only concert that even comes close, in my opinion, to the fun time is a Tech 9 concert, and it's the same rowdiness just without the Faygo.
Oh, wow.
Good morning, Elizabeth. Good to see you. Good morning, squirrels.
I'm just not a rowdy girl.
So I'm not going
I'm
to
the hippie that's like, yes.
I can't do those concerts anymore. I can't do it. The ICP has ruined every concert for me for the rest of my life.
Oh,
Nothing.
man.
I'm sitting there like this. I love the music that's going on, but I'm just like, oh, okay. All right.
Here's the thing, though. I'm not even a huge fan of concerts, number one. I'm not going to lie, because I'm not a big crowd person. I don't like
Morning, Papa.
And, you know, like Papa Cotton, hello. And the carnival ain't for everyone. You're absolutely right. The carnival is not for everyone. Maybe when I was 20, I would have enjoyed something like that. But like I grew out of that real quick.
Papa Cotton.
It's just not my jam.
You're right. The dark carnival is not for everyone.
It sounds like a lot of fun for me to watch on TV.
There's people walking around naked. There's people fucking like, if you could ever think of true freedom to do basically whatever you want, even though the cops are there, they're only worried about like hard things and overdoses. Right.
The real bad stuff.
Even when the weed was illegal, they still didn't care about none of that. They are just there making sure people aren't being stupid and ignorant.
Yeah.
They don't care really what you're doing.
Well, I mean, it's good to know really that, you know, those that are overseeing things know the extent of which things can go and the extent of which things are overly done. You know, that's important, because if they didn't know, they'd be stopping the stuff that was supposed to be fun.
Sharon says, you would have had fun in the foam pit. Miss Juggalo, wet t-shirt contest, Miss Cheeks contest. Yeah, though the first time I ever went to the gathering, there was a foam pit, and I absolutely loved it. Tech 9 is a great guy. Yes. The carnival reminds me. Okay. So that I agree with you. Guar shoots things off too. They spray the crowd with different things, but they don't spray as much. They don't. And I'm not so much into their, obviously I just said I'm not into ICP's music either, but the crowd doesn't get as wild for Guar as they do for ICP.
Oh. You like that crazy, huh?
I like the crazy. Yeah.
That sounds like something that you should actually experience at least probably once in your life, I feel like, you know?
Yep,
I'll experience it. I'm probably going to stay in the background a little bit, but I'll experience it. I don't want to be smushed, I'll tell you that.
I sure am, Tony. No, but so what I do is I like block and I elbow people, put my elbow in their ribs and stuff to get them to go. Or I put my hands up like this and I just start rotating like a cog in a clock and I'll get wherever I want. Just
That's true though. You're right. That'll do
your
it.
elbows lock into the spots and people don't want your elbows in their armpits. And I'm a little guy, so my elbows are either going in your armpits or they're going in your ribs.
I'm coming.
Good morning. I had to put a rear naked chokehold on somebody at a Tech 9 concert one time.
Oh my.
Keith.
What did you say? A rear naked?
Yeah, I had to put him in a chokehold. I had to wrap my arm. Okay, so pretend there's a guy in front of me and this is his head. Yeah. You put your arm under his chin and you do one of these and you can choke him out within seconds, 4 seconds.
But why was it a naked? Is that what it's called, or was
that's just what it's called? A rear naked. I don't know why. I don't know why it's called a naked one, but
like, oh.
Good to see. Keith's got a show tonight at 6 p.m. They're going to be talking to announcer Mark Roberts on Squared Circle Shenanigans. So if you have not checked out their show, they got a wrestling podcast, and him, Jeremiah, Scotty, they're going to talk to Mark Roberts today.
Right.
Need to take you to see Ice live. Vanilla Ice. Yeah, I'll go with that.
Vanilla Ice. Ice baby.
John's friends with Vanilla. Sharon says Chris Calico was there, but no Tech this time. Superhuman. I know. I don't like that Superhuman guy. He gives Juggalos a bad name.
Oh, that's too
Superhuman's bad. That guy that jumps onto he's a random dude that he makes videos and he jumps onto like air conditioners and barbed wire and he says, "It's for the Juggalos, whoop whoop," and he jumps off. But the thing about it is he was never a Juggalo until recently. He was just using the name.
He's trying to get some clout.
Which it worked.
Well, shit.
I caught more bruises at Slayer than I ever did at ICP. I never got to see Slayer. I would go to one of their shows, but I grew up before ICP was ever a thought. I grew up on like Lamb of God and that type of music and the Deftones and like those pits. So I know the Slayer pits can get like the Lamb of God pits. He wasn't naked. Yeah, I don't know why they call it a rear naked. He sure the hell wasn't naked.
I know. I'm like, so like, where does the naked come in at?
Choke him out naked and you put it in his rear. Yeah, that's a great question though. Like, why is it called a rear naked?
I'm just like
rear naked chokehold, man.
Yeah, where's the naked coming in? Is it because your arms got to be naked for it to work right?
Maybe because you're in there naked.
Maybe you're in there naked neck.
There's like sleeve on you. You're not getting a chunk with a sleeve. Hell yeah.
Oops, don't worry about that Motorola commercial behind me. What's up, Twisted? How you doing?
What's happening, man? I'm stoned or high or tired or something.
Yeah.
I haven't figured it out yet.
I'm
here. I'm alive.
I woke him up for the 10 a.m. alarm.
I'm alive.
Alien Ant Farm was there. Yep. She says, or John says that video yesterday with the dude with his cheeks hanging out in the mosh pit at Alien Ant Farm was funny as hell. Not a fan of Superhuman. I love Slayer. Seen him 10 times. Lamb of God. Yep. I love Lamb of God.
How about that Twisted guy?
How about that Twisted guy?
I heard he's pretty cool, man.
I heard he puts down some major vocals.
He does, though.
What up, Austin? Good to see you, sir. I hope you're healing quite well. I can remember hanging with ICP in the early 90s at Cones and Q's on Telegraph. Dude, that place doesn't even exist anymore. I went there one time. I'm not a I found out early in life I'm not a bar kind of guy. Like, not a go to the bar or a pool hall or I'll go to the bowling alley, but I don't like to go to the bar.
The only reason why I would go to a bar is for fucking karaoke. Not gonna fucking lie. That's the only reason why I'm at a bar. Oh, karaoke? Let's go.
Yeah, man.
And that makes sense.
I met those.
He's healing. Down to one crutch. Oh, hell yeah. That's better than two, doggy. So Austin got in a motorcycle wreck about a month ago, maybe a little somewhere around there. And he had to go get some surgery on his leg, and he's healing. He says he's got only one crutch now, so that's a good thing.
Yeah, that is good.
That's a great thing.
That is
So,
good.
what you been up to this week? I see you're doing some electroculture.
Electroculture, you know, getting stoned, trying to grow some stuff outside. You know, hopefully we get some vegetables. It's been raining. Been smoking Obi-Wan Kenobi. Obi-Wan OG, it's so fucking strong, dude. I need coffee.
This is what the fuck does that say? Dream popcorn. No. It looks like Gelato Dream, but
Okay.
I think that's what it is. Gelato Dream popcorn.
Oh, wow. That's crazy.
I don't usually buy weed from Dispos, but I did.
That was a good pack in there.
From Mint Cannabis. Thank you.
Hey. Well, I mean, you know, you gotta represent your sponsors, bro.
That's
like,
right.
I mean, you gotta.
That is the first time that I've actually I've
got
gone in there 4 times recently.
Hell yeah.
And this is the one time that I've actually had to pay, because usually I'll go and I'll get like a $5 joint, but I got points or something like that. This time I didn't have any points.
Damn it. But now you bought it to start racking up your points again. So, like, you know.
Yep. Looks like nerdy
word for me.
Put in a good word for high hopes and third.
You're coming to Monroe, John? Don't you tease me, John. Mister, I can't come to Monroe. Are you coming for real? In 12 days, you're going to be in Monroe. If you lie to me, I'm never buying another graphic design from you. I'm just kidding. I would never do that. I'm just kidding. You're the best. Hey, and that's real life. John.
Drag bingo.
Yep. He's going to be at Drag Queen Bingo. Nice.
I went to one of those in Denver, and that was actually a lot of fun. Not going to lie. It was a good time.
They are very, very fun. We've brought like grown ass men that are completely like normally would be against that stuff, and like homophobic and all sorts of, you know, these guys have so much fun 5-10 minutes into it, after being, you know, looking all uncomfortable, and they're laughing so hard, they're dying with laughter.
Yeah.
If you can go this is a comedy show.
Yeah, exactly.
It's on top of bingo.
Exactly.
We're out here to have fun.
Yes.
Nobody's trying to, you know, people, we're posting our links and our posters and stuff, and people are like, oh, keep this stuff away from the kids. And like, where do you see that this is an adult show? Why are you even saying that stuff?
Right. Like,
this has nothing to do with kids.
They're kids, bro.
Now, and I agree. Nobody should be teaching anybody else's kids anything. You know, I need to teach my kids what I want my kids to learn, and you need to teach your kids what you want your kids to learn.
Bingo.
On both sides. Don't come at my kid whether no matter what it is, unless I say it's okay. That's my stance on everything in life.
We raise our little mini me's the way we want to raise our little mini me's, and that's all there is to it.
Yep.
And some may do things way differently. Some may do things that you think are wrong, but you know what? It is not your place because it's not your mini-me.
Correct. Yep. I agree.
Unless there's abuse involved.
My mini-me only gets raised when I see boobs.
That's how I feel, and that goes with everything. If somebody wants to drink around their kid, that's, you know, and they're not being abusive and shit, that's their prerogative. If I want to smoke and my kid's over out here playing in the fucking backyard and I'm in the backyard too, there's nothing wrong with
his face and give him a secondary high.
Yeah, and that's not that's not happening.
What do you mean? I thought it was the 80s again.
Yeah. Hey, back in the 80s and 90s,
it was cool.
You'd see people smoking cigarettes in the car with the windows up.
Yeah.
All 7 of their back kids in the back seat with no fucking seatbelts on.
Yeah. I have to say, there's one thing that I am so thankful that my mom never did, and that is smoke cigarettes. Like, she was a weed head. So
Yep.
I was contact high my entire life before I started smoking myself, like guaranteed. So, but I thank God she never smoked fucking cigarettes, because that would have been,
Yep. I stopped smoking cigarettes about almost 11 years ago now. When my middle kid was born, right before she was born, I quit.
Did you?
Yeah.
You know, for me, it's probably been about that around. Let me think.
Yeah, it was one of those.
Smoke too. I used to smoke on the regular, like close to a pack a day. I was on and off all throughout like high school, all throughout my 20s. I quit when I was pregnant, went back to it, quit. Like, I quit cold turkey at least like freaking 10 times in my life, and then just started up again for no fucking reason, you know? And then towards the end, I was the social smoker, where I would only be, it was with, when I went to had a drink, I like couldn't not have a cigarette when I went to go have a drink. So it was only when I was drinking that I would want a cigarette. But that was probably a good, it's hard for me to like calculate time now because of how many different fucking timelines I feel like I have. But I feel like that was probably about 9 years ago that I stopped smoking socially, like, you know, the rare drinking smoking. So it's probably been a good 11 years for me since I've regularly quit.
No, I basically, the way I did it is I'm mentally prepared. Okay, let's test and see how long you can go throughout the day. I didn't say, no, you can't smoke. I said, let's see how far in between we can make it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Let's widen that gap of necessary time.
Yep.
And honestly, it was like 3 days, and I still had almost a whole pack of cigarettes, and I gave them away. I gave them to somebody and never touched them again. Now, to say I've never had a craving would be a lie.
Right.
Most of the time, I think cigarette smoke is disgusting, but every once in a while, I'll smell a Marlboro Red, and I'll be like, or a Camel Blue, and I'll be like, ooh, I might want me one of them, and then I laugh about it. No, you don't. No, you don't.
No, you don't. You silly man. You do not want one of those.
For me, the hardest part for me was driving and smoking.
Yes. Oh my God, there is something about driving with a cigarette, isn't there? Like, I don't know what that was either, but it took me a long time to stop the car thing. Like, once you get in, it was immediate. That was the first hurdle I had to get over when I quit cold turkey. But when I quit cold turkey, each time it was more of a, like, it was more of a, well, with Tristan, it was a have to, you know, it was like, okay, no more cigarettes, I'm pregnant, blah, blah, blah. But every other time it was it's disgusting moment. Like, I am tired of smelling like this. I am tired of smelling it. I am tired of tasting it in my mouth. Like, I am disgusted right now. And I didn't even want it. Like, and it would take years sometimes for me to get back to it. But those moments that it would go back were either high stress moments, or I was around, most of the time, honestly, 75, 80% of the time, I was around people who were smoking. So then I picked it back up.
The reason I started is because everybody was getting extra breaks to go take smoke breaks at work.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm like, what the fuck? I'm over here fully engaged and only going on one break every 8 hours. Bullshit. I said, start smoking.
Right.
Now I get fucking 10 breaks a 8-hour period.
Yeah.
I need my break for my addiction.
That's for real. That's for real. The reason why I started smoking. Now, originally I dipped because my friends were dipping, and I tried it on a Halloween one night. Apple skull, and I threw my brains up.
Ooh.
About 15, 20 minutes later.
Your brain
To this
right
day,
out of your throat.
Was it a chewy thing?
No, it was chaw. You just put it in your lip.
Yeah, you put it in
But to this day, if I smell apple flavored things, my stomach starts to turn. And now I can eat apples, but I'm talking that artificial apple smell.
Yeah.
Even apple Jolly Ranchers.
Oh.
Like anything apple scented.
Oh. You're missing out on so many things now. That really sucks.
It's like my buddy couple years ago. This is when I'm talking, I was 16 when I did that. 15 years later, my buddy's snapping his skull, opens it up, apple flavored, and I was like, dude, close that right now. Right now, I'm about to, for real. I almost threw up instantly, and I've got a very strong stomach. I can see puke. I can see blood. I can see shit. That type of thing doesn't bother me. I can see open wounds.
Right.
But you pull out a tin of apple skull, and I will throw up all over you. 15 years later, it still has that reaction.
I don't think I've gotten really, like, there isn't anything that makes that effect to me. There was one time back when I was a teenager and I did a stupid thing. Damn near got alcohol poisoning off of screwdrivers.
What is a screwdriver? Is that orange juice and vodka?
Yes.
Why do we have the same stories? I did the same thing off
screwdrivers. I don't know, but I've never even discussed this before. Never even talked about it.
Twin flame.
But when I think I was like 15, maybe. I wanted to be cool and have a party at my house when my 17. Mom was at work. And sure enough, I had people come over that totally took advantage of me, like my liquor and this, that, and the other. And by the time, but no, nothing like that happened. But in the front, nothing like that happened. But I did get my mom came home to me absolutely fucked on the couch, and like it was worrying. And ever since then, I've never ever I'm not. The only time I can drink vodka after that is in a very blended Bloody Mary. Otherwise, I can't do vodka at all. And the vodka orange juice, like it took me forever to try to do a mimosa because of the closeness with the orange juice.
I don't drink anymore. Every once in a while, I have a shot or something. Or every once in a while, I haven't this year, but last year I would have a Corona or a Modelo in the summer with lime. But for like 98% of my life at this point, I don't have any drinks. But I will drink a fucking Bloody Mary. Bring me a Bloody Mary every time. I love it.
So I stopped drinking, and I haven't drank since I found out I had cancer, because my cancer was hormonal, estrogen related, and alcohol induces those hormones. It makes them more whatever. So I stopped drinking when I found out I had cancer. I have only had one drink since, and that was for a special occasion. My sister, sorry, sweetie. My sister had made a special drink for her wedding day last October, and she really wanted me to try it. That's the only drink that I like. And I took like 2 sips and I'm done. I don't really want to drink anymore, but I forgot where I was going with it.
Well, for me, the drinking, I don't have to drink a lot either. I'm talking. Go ahead if you remember.
Yeah, this is the vodka we have.
Skull vodka. I know all about Skull.
He got him for the skulls.
Yep.
I don't know. I used one of them for a tincture that failed because this is how much we drink.
That's Dan Aykroyd. Dan Aykroyd makes that shit.
Oh, I did not I did not. I've known about that I've been drinking that for 10 years. One time me and my stepbrother walked into a party store, and he's a former Marine, and he's like, dude, this is the sickest vodka I ever seen. And ever since then, we've been drinking that until my buddy, I met Mikey, and he does 8 Mile vodka, and I don't drink any vodka but 8 Mile.
Nice.
Cool.
I'm loyal like that. So, but what were we talking?
I was talking about, my point was Bloody Marys, and they are my absolute favorite drink. My mom, I was her bartender as a child. Okay, I was single mom, only child. Like, I learned how to make her Bloody Marys by the time I was 10 years old, probably even 8. So I love Bloody Marys. My sister made me a virgin Bloody Mary, because that's all I'm drinking now is virgins. And I'll still drink the shit out of them. I don't need vodka in them. They're fucking delicious. But she had a pickle. I forget what it was called.
Pickleback.
Pickle martini.
It was a pickle mix. It was a pickle Bloody Mary mix. It was already pickled, and it was just the best. The best. Because normally I do zigzags. I love zigzag.
I don't know what that is.
It's a brand, but they have all the spices and all the good stuff. It's like you can literally just drink it out of the bottle. You don't need alcohol. It's that good. But yeah, there's a lot of different Bloody Mary mixtures out there. But that pickle one that she had,
that's like you ever have Pinnacle vodka, Pinnacle cream, bro. You can drink that straight out of the bottle.
There's another one that tastes like pickles. I don't know what it's called, but somebody brought the little travel size ones up here one time and made Ryan. It was Ryan. He made everybody try it. Dude, that was good.
Yeah.
I've never tasted alcohol where I didn't go, ugh.
Same. I'm not a huge fan of alcohol.
Yeah, that cream's like that. You taste it, it's real cream. Everything you mix it in turns cream.
Because honestly, that's my problem. Like, your brain in the beginning tells you, no, just add it with some fruity shit. You won't taste it. It'll be, yeah, right. You still taste every drop of that liquor.
No.
But for me, it's like, it doesn't take a lot of liquor. I could take 1 or two shots, and the next thing you know, I'm in pain. I start getting pain shooting down my back and into my shoulders, and like, dude, it's not worth it. I'd rather not be in pain. It feels like someone's just injected, I don't know what into me. But I can feel it go from my shoulders. I get super tight in my shoulders, like someone's squeezing the shit out of me. And then the next thing you know, it shoots down my spine and my whole fucking back, to where a lot of times I need to lay down and let somebody walk on me. Once somebody walks on me, my back pops and I'm good for the rest of the night. But it's that initial, it puts me down sometimes. Like, it puts me down. I'll be in the middle. I was at the casino one time and I had one drink, literally just one fucking drink. And the next thing I know, I started feeling that pain, and I didn't touch it the rest of the time.
Jeez.
And I don't know why. I don't go to the doctor, so I haven't asked a medical professional, right? But yeah. I can only assume it's like I'm either allergic to something that the liquor itself is made with, or like it's inducing gas bubbles that are shooting through my muscles.
And I missed, what kind was that? What was that?
Almost anything. Yeah.
Oh. So that's why you're not drinking anymore.
Mm-hmm.
It's probably something that developed in your gut that is just like the fermentation of the alcohol is like, whatever, like acid reflux or ulcers or anything like that might have just developed in you.
Bleeding something in that fucking alcohol, that fucking shit just goes straight to it.
One of my exes was like, "That's your muscles relaxing." I said, "Bullshit." That
doesn't seem very relaxing.
I know. It's like everything. I'm like, ooh, it just feels like, I don't know. I can't. You know, in the movies when someone gets injected with something toxic and they're like, oh!
Yeah.
And you see it and feel it moving through. That's how it feels.
Oh gosh, hon. Yeah, that's terrible.
It starts off a little tiny bit in my stomach, and then it shoots to my shoulders and then down my back.
Yeah, no more drinking for you.
That's why if I do drink, it's one shot. I'll take a shot with somebody, but that's it.
I used to be a shot girl when I used to drink. Those were because I didn't like beer. I wasn't a big beer person. When I was in Colorado and Denver, that's such a big microbrewery type of, beer is a thing out there. Like all your flavored beers and this, that, and the other. I kind of got a little beery out there because there were so many different types of beers that I could pick one that I actually could stand. But otherwise, I don't like alcohol in general. So shots, if they're yummy, like they're good, I can do them real quick and they're gone, like cool. Otherwise, I'm a sipper. I like the yummy drinks. Give me something that
a Malibu Bay Breeze.
Guess what this is distilled with?
Rice.
What?
What's that? What's vodka made out of? Potatoes?
Yeah, potatoes. But guess what this one's made out of?
What?
Wheat.
Wheat?
Yep, wheat. Distilled from wheat.
Huh.
And tequila is from that big cactus looking fucking thing.
Yeah, I can't remember the name of that.
Agave or whatever.
Agave. Yep.
It's cool how they make shit. What I tried to do is make a room spray and get the scent out of our lily of the valleys, because lily of the valleys smell freaking delicious and delightful, right? So we've got a carpet of lily of the valleys in the backyard, and it just keeps getting bigger and bigger every year. So I tried to grab as many as I could while they were, alive. I forgot to go out there for a second trip. But anyway, I digress. So I took one of the alcohol bottles we had and put the lily of the valleys in there to try to make the tincture and stuff like that. It ended up fermenting them. Like I have the spray in the shower so I could try it and see how it went, but it's definitely fermented.
Yeah.
So it didn't quite work the way I wanted it to, but at least I did actually get some of the scent out of it. Like the liquid is scented, like to a degree with that. It's just like, it's like almost too much because it like sat too long. So it started to get a little sour and fermented. I should have taken it out earlier than I did. So it could work, but lily of the valleys aren't good for you anyway. They're toxic anyway. So it was more for a scent spray.
Okay.
So it kind of worked, but not really. I waited too long.
My dad makes wine. I don't know if he still does, but when I was living with him, he would make wine out of different things. And then I try to like wine. I absolutely hate it.
I like good wine. There's wine that doesn't have the what's called tannins. The tannin. The lesser the tannin, the better the wine, in my opinion. I don't like that dry shit. I can't do Merlot. I can't do. My stepmom drinks Merlot at room temperature. Like come on.
Unless that wine tastes like whatever you say it's supposed to taste like. Like, yeah, I know it's like strawberry wine because it was made from strawberries, but if it tastes like, it tastes nasty to me. It tastes like, here's what it tastes like to me. It tastes like overheated rotten beer.
Yeah. So have you ever been to an actual vineyard to taste their wine? Fresh?
No. Because I would actually like to go to a vineyard just because I like to see that stuff. And
it's amazing. And it is extremely different tasting. Like it seems like there's, it seems like once it gets on the shelf or they put something in it to keep that, I don't know, something about the shelf life, I feel like is a different taste and brings those tannins out that make it taste like shit sometimes. Even more so when you have fresh wine from the vineyard. I've gone to a couple of vineyards in Illinois when I used to live there. And they're just like sucking the grape off the vine, and it's got all these other flavors to it. And they are absolutely fucking delicious. The one winery that I loved out there was called McEachran Wine Homestead or something like that. And they actually closed down, but I remember there was points where if we had money in my previous life with my ex, we would buy a case of wine because, you know, we could gift it. And it was just that good that we would store it and drink it through the year type of thing. It was just really good wine. So vineyard wine would be a different probably scenario.
Because it's more like juice.
Vineyard, baby.
Because it's kind of closer to juice, probably.
Well, it's fresher. Yeah, exactly. It's fresher. It's not sitting as long, I think. I don't know exactly the scientifics of it, but
fermented grape juice. Fermented grape juice. But it's
That-
like that. You ever had someone who makes fucking moonshine, and then in the off season they make wine? You ever taste their wine, bro? God, it's like vodka and grape juice.
Welcome to my dad.
Yeah.
Not that he was like making moonshine, but now from people that make like there was a time there where he was making wine. A couple of my grandpa was making wine. His brother was, you know, they were all making different wines, and basically like you got like the whole weed community does, you know, the same thing but with the wine. And that's people. They said that the wines were good.
Oh yeah, it's fucking super strong, dude.
But I couldn't. I was like,
Oh, for real? Yeah, I have to mix it with Kool-Aid because it's way too strong, bro. You drink a little pint of that shit, bro, you'd be like, whoa.
Yeah, wine can get you fucking blitzed real quick. Like I've definitely, you know, been buzzed just off of one glass before, and two will do me just fine for an evening, you know. But wine, I think, is you have to have the taste, like to be able to.
I love wine. The
taste buds to really kind of, I don't know. You gotta like it. It's like anything else. You gotta like it to appreciate it.
I can appreciate it.
Wine over beer or liquor. You know?
Yeah, I appreciate wine, but not for like drinking it. I appreciate like the fact that you can make it out of almost anything.
The process. Yeah.
Yeah. You can make dandelion wine. You can make acorn wine if you wanted to, I'm sure. You know what I mean?
That's one of those
Anything
things.
with sugar.
Pine cone wine.
I don't wish, but I wish I still drank a little bit so that I could actually try some of that and like, you know, create some wines maybe from things that I'm harvesting and doing here at the garden. But I don't, you know, I'm not going to touch that. I'm going to do the tinctures. I'm going to do the teas. I'm going to do the other things.
You guys should do salsa too.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, we do.
My dad makes salsa, and honestly, there might be one. He's definitely in the top 3 of my favorite salsas. It's a spicy one. It's a hot one is what I like.
So do you like
sauces and salsas?
Yeah, he makes all kinds of stuff in the kitchen. It's a twisted kitchen, baby. Like, let me tell you, he goes crazy in there.
Do you ever put that stuff? You put that stuff online?
What?
Like cooking something? You ever cook online?
Sometimes once in a while, I want to do a show called Twisted's Kitchen or something like that.
Yeah, we've been thinking about
Twisted's Treats.
Yeah, something like we were gonna put it on the High Hopes Garden channel or something like that. But he's always wanted to for sure. We just never like set anything up and time to like plan it or anything like that. You know. So, but yeah, it would be really cool.
We're gonna have to, dude. We should. So honestly, we're thinking of a couple different things, kind of like that, but we should collab somehow.
That would be fun.
I'm
not the cooker. I am not the kitchen girl.
She's a prep.
I will prep like a motherfucker. But
because
like,
we could. Sorry, I just got excited. I was like, we could pick something together to make, right?
Yeah,
make it at the same time.
Yeah, so actually that's when we were dating and I was in Colorado before I moved here. We got the Hello Fresh together, and we would make it to that would be our dinner dates. When we would get a meal, we would make it together, the same meal. We would order.
Great idea.
And we would make it together, and we would take a picture of it each other and see how ours looked together and differently or it's the same.
The whole time we'd be on Facebook, fucking phone message.
Yeah, we'd be on Facebook
we'd be talking
Messenger,
to each other.
like we video chatted constantly.
Whose idea was that?
I think it was
What?
Whose idea was that? Was that your? I think it
Oh,
was.
hers always.
Was it?
Well, we talked about a dinner date. We talked about a dinner date, and we were like, "How do we go on a date when you're in a different state?" You know, we watch movies together all the time. You know, I'd hit her up on Facebook and be like, "Yo, I found this movie we could watch. Watch this."
And you can, you know, back in 2020, they did a lot of co-watching things, right? So we could do it together, which was really cool.
So I came up with the cooking together thing, but she's like, "Yeah, honey, I don't cook." So she's like, "How about I order us HelloFresh?" And I was like, "I ain't got no money for that." She's like, "No, I'll order it."
Yeah, and that's when I had the money and the job to
oh,
do
hell
that.
yeah!
Yeah, I was like, "I'll take care of it. It's fine. I'll do the dinners for sure." But because I'm not imaginary when it comes to the kitchen. I need a recipe and I need everything laid out for me.
Yeah, she needs it all prepped.
I need it, like, I can prep it and I can do it and I can cook you a 5-star meal if I have everything telling me what to do.
Hey, at least you know she can be a chef.
Honestly, like for me, where my skills come out the best is when you just gotta find something in the kitchen with left, you know, you got this and that and this and that, and you just gotta throw something together. That's when I'm the best.
Yes,
but
that's
my favorite thing to cook is definitely chicken marsala.
Yeah.
Ooh, yummy. I love that. I haven't had a chicken marsala in years.
You gotta have the right, going back to the wine, you have to have the right wine or else it's shit. It don't matter how good of a cook you are. If that wine is shit, your chicken marsala is gonna be shit. And I like to eat it over mashed potatoes instead of noodles.
Oh, do you? Okay. See,
Extra gravy on mine, please.
I love me some noodles. I like noodles with everything. If it's not noodles, it's rice. We do mashed potatoes a lot because we've got a lot of them. But I love noodles.
I like doing rice.
You cut it up good too. A lot of places they'll leave it along like long strips or something, chunks. Cut it up in decent sized chunks, you know, like this, where you don't have to cut it while you're eating it.
Yeah.
You can mix it in the gravy and the mushrooms and the chicken all up in the potato like a KFC bowl.
Yep.
Someone's gonna steal that from me now. And
I know, right?
That boy, a chicken marsala bowl.
Oh, I was gonna ask you, do you like
shit.
cooked salsa or fresh salsa better? Like,
what do you mean?
So there's two. You can have salsas, and there's a lot of different ways to make salsas. I make mine fresh. I don't put it on the stove. Everything's fresh in a not a blender, but a food processor, and to taste and all that jazz. But there's salsas out there that are cooked as well, and a bit more blended and more bold, exactly, and not as more of your underlying.
Flavor.
There's a lot of different.
So you're saying charring them and then cutting them up type thing?
No, you're simmering.
Too,
you're literally boiling and simmering the ingredients to create the there's a lot. You'd be surprised how many
restaurant
are
style
cooked.
is mainly cooked.
Yeah, you'd be surprised.
They puree it and then they cook it, or they will cook
simmer
it all together, simmer it, and then puree it. It'll have green peppers and all that other shit in it, But when you get it, you're just seeing like red fucking sauce, like a red sauce.
Yeah,
with like green.
But it's not.
And then all those flavors evolve in your mouth.
Yeah.
It's like very bold when you cook it. And then if you do it fresh, you can do the same thing. And then it's all fresh from the garden. You chop it up or puree it and then just dip right away. That's when you get that fresh green flavor. You know what I mean? But if you cook it like all day long, then those flavors really evolve, mix together, and then you get this bold flavor. You get smoky sometimes.
So you're basically, your difference is the grocery store, your shelf jars are all cooked. Okay. The stuff that's in the deli or in the refrigerator section that is chopped, that's fresh.
Yeah.
Okay, so my dad puts his in the refrigerator, so
it's probably fresh.
He does it does go on the stove when he's sealing the cans,
Oh, they actually seal the cans.
Jars.
Yeah. That's kind of a semi-cooked actually, because it does break down. It's not going to give you that fresh, fresh salsa is you're making it for right now. Within the next 3 days, you're going to eat that shit type thing.
Granny Smith.
That is going to be kind of a semi. You're still going to have a fresher taste. It's not going to be as blended and bold.
Yeah, because he definitely jars that shit
blended.
and saves it. I'm trying to think. Maybe. So once he seals the jar, then he puts it in the cupboard.
Yeah.
But then it goes from there. Once he opens it, it goes to the fridge.
In his mouth.
Yeah. My favorite part is to pour some of that in a bowl and pour some of that spicy jalapeno Tostitos dip that comes in a can in a bowl. You mix that shit up. Oh boy.
There's never enough salsa in a jar.
We started creating a really yummy bean salsa and bean dip with like canned beans and black beans. If you get canned black beans from the store, it's a nice good filler if you don't have a lot of tomatoes. And instead of using all the tomatoes, you're using like a black bean, and black beans it was fucking delicious.
Our buddy Jacob uses raspberry salsa. So instead of like sugars and shit, he uses raspberries.
And that's pretty good too. That's too sweet for me because I'm not a sweet and salty girl, but he loves it.
Sweet.
For me it was. For me it was.
I'm not a raspberry fan, but I do like.
Well, the sugar takes on the acid in the stuff, you know. So instead of sugar, he uses raspberries.
So
and it doesn't change the flavor.
It doesn't. You can't taste a raspberry in it.
No.
It's
He
like
cooks
it.
Yeah, he cooks it for like 12 hours or some shit like that.
Yep, makes sense. I did that with spaghetti spaghetti sauce. I threw a shit ton of blueberries in it and cooked it for hours, and it was the best spaghetti sauce I'd ever eaten in my entire life.
Yep.
To this day,
it breaks down the acid. It breaks down those acids, man.
It's delicious.
That's awesome. Hell yeah.
You got any plans this week?
My plans.
Lots of plans.
I would love to get some yard work done and get some things finished outside. We've got a corner to do. We've got some logs to move and some things to replant.
We got a dog to bury, cages to move, a corner to fix, dogs to do, logs to move, a pond to dig, plants to transplant, weed to train, trellises to put on.
Garden work, man.
Shit, man.
Yeah. Aurora, when she passed away in March, we've got the garden together first, but you know, we have her
she's chilling in the freezer.
Waiting for us to bury her in our pet cemetery that we're creating in the corner.
First we had to get rid of all that poison ivy off of the land and then off of me.
Yeah.
So it's gone now. So
speak of poison ivy, I don't think I'm allergic to it.
Right. We're talking about this, I think, the last 2 weeks now. Ever since I got poison ivy, remember?
He didn't think he was either anymore.
Go rub
it. Maybe now in my age, my shield may have dissipated, but
mine totally did. Just don't go rubbing it on your Peter to show your friends you're immune.
Yeah, I know. You don't want to, and definitely don't go rubbing nobody else's Peter.
Yeah, that's a good idea too.
I got some poison ivy. Come here.
Let me cut your balls.
Let me show you.
Well, on that note, you got anything you want to say before we're out?
Be careful when grabbing for toilet paper in the woods. It might be poison ivy.
And be excellent to each other.
All right, guys. Peace out.